Good morning, everyone. It's Stretford. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's enjoying their morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you guys for joining me for the stream. Guys, before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. If you can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It's glory, glory, Man United. It's glory, glory, Man United. Stay humble, huh? Stay humble, huh? Stay humble. Stay humble, huh? Definitely stay humble, absolutely. What's going on with Manchester City? I wonder what's going on with Manchester City. Manchester 115 City, 115 City. What's going on with them? I don't know what's going on at the end of the day with them, but you know what? We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. City, you know what? We don't really care about Man City. But what we can do is laugh at Man City because it is funny what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Pep Guardiola. He looks like he's absolutely lost his head. He looks like absolutely nutty at the moment. Scratches all over his head, on his nose, on his head. You name it. I don't know what's going on with him at the moment. Absolutely. Big up, Kazi. How you doing, my friend? How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. Abu Dhabi 115. Absolutely 115. That's a speed limit here, by the way. Absolutely, definitely. The roads are crazy in Abu Dhabi, guys. Let me tell you about that. Roads are crazy. Not as bad as Dubai, but the roads in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi in Dhabi. We're dubbing in Dhabi. Absolutely, that's where I am at the moment. Big up everyone who's joined me all around the world, of course, guys. Thank you very much. I don't know why I've got a candle, but you know what? Thank you very much, guys. You absolute legends. Thank you for joining me. Look, you know what? Look, I want to talk a little bit about Man City. What's going on, really, truly? The wheels are truly falling off. We're Fred Flintstone in this house at the moment. They're using their feet to go forward. They're absolutely falling apart, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Look, when it comes to, like, you know what, injuries and stuff like that, I've got no sympathy with them. At the end of the day, we had 60-odd injuries last season. 60-odd injuries. Do you know what I mean? You know, and people weren't feeling sorry for us. You know what I mean? People were actually, like, you know what, criticizing Eric Ten Hag and et cetera, et cetera. Sir Alex Ferguson never lost 4 games in a row, let alone 5 games in a row. He hasn't won in 6, Pep Guardiola. What the hell is going on? You see, when you get a little bit of adversity, that's when you truly see the manager, isn't it? He is not in the same league as Sir Alex Ferguson. No chance at all. Not in the same league at all. Absolutely. Fanativate, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Liverpool will have a field day on Sunday. I mean, goodness me. You know what? It's a bit of a double-edged sword for me. It's a bit like, you know what, stroking one side of the face and getting slapped on the face with the other side, because at the end of the day, you know what, I don't want any of those. I don't want any of those managers, any of those teams to win the league. You know, Liverpool are just as bad, if not worse. I mean, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I just hate the fact that Man United are in this position. I hate the fact that Man United are in a position that we have to choose who we want to win the league, who we don't want to win the league. Actually, I hope they all lose the league. You know, hopefully we'll come back. Doubt it very highly. Of course, I won't put my mortgage on it, but I do doubt it very highly that we'll come back. Of course, guys. Good morning, pal. How you doing from Singapore? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you back. Good to see you back. Big up everyone who's joined me this morning. You absolute legends. That's what you are. You absolute legends, of course, guys. Really good to see you. Guys, let's get straight into the news, of course, guys. Manchester United, I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago in regards to Omar Mamouche. Omar Mamouche is an Eintracht Frankfurt player, 22 years old, forward, who's very, very prolific this season. A very, very good player that Man United have had on their radar for quite a little while now. He's got 11 matches this season, 11 goals, 7 assists this season. An absolute baller, a gunman. And you know what? Eintracht Frankfurt would not want to let him go. But Manchester United have Omar Mamouche high on their priority list. I wouldn't mind a player like that. As I spoke about a couple of weeks ago, I think it was even further back than that Omar Mamouche is a player that Man United are very, very interested in, of course. I would like that to happen. I would definitely like that to happen. He's not very young. He's 25, excuse me. He's 25 years old. He will cost around 40 million euros. So that is not a lot of money when you think about the grand scale of things in regards to money and you know what, the cost of living these days, isn't it? How much is your pan of chips? Absolutely. At the end of the day, so Omar Mamouche is a Spanish Moroccan. Absolutely, Omar Mamouche could be a Manchester United target for the summer. What do you make of that, guys? How do you feel about that? Would you like Omar Moshe at the club? I mean, there's a lot of fans surrounding him at the moment. He's absolutely set the world alight. The Egyptian international has been compared to Mohamed Salah. Of course, Mohamed Salah, you know what? We don't like Mohamed Salah because he's a Liverpool player, don't we? But without that, Mohamed Salah is a Ballon d'Or contender. He's an absolute probably one of the best players in his position in Premier League history, along with others, of course. I wouldn't say he's completely the best. I do rate Beckham and Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo is the best in Premier League history. He won the Ballon d'Or. But I do believe that Mohamed Salah should have won the Ballon d'Or, if I'm being honest. And Omar Mamouche is being compared to Mohamed Salah, which is a compliment for him. I like the player. Quick, skillful, ruthless, proper gunman. Do you know what I mean? Can assist as well. Can play in that Ruben Amorim system where just behind the strikers as well. So a very, very good option that Man United could have. Lots of rumours are surrounding. Plettenberger spoke about it in Germany, of course. So that adds weight to the fact that he could be coming to Manchester United. I mean, you know what? He does seem like a Manchester United signing. He really does. I just got a feeling about Omar Mamouche. And I would love him at the club, of course. I don't know how you guys are feeling about that. Let's have a look at you guys. Let's have a look. Big up from Thailand. Big up MUFC Realist TV from Thailand. Big up yourself, brother. I hope you're doing well, Mick. Cheers, man. Absolutely. Big up, bro. Big up, Mick. Big up, everyone, of course. I love to see City in the mud. Unfortunately, Sporting demolished by Asna. Life without Amorim ain't easy. Absolutely, chow. This is the thing, is it? Life without Ruben Amorim ain't easy. And now, you know, it's good for us at the end of the day. It's good for us that Man United have, you know what, I've got Ruben Amorim, of course. You know what? I feel sorry for Sporting a little bit. I have a lot of respect for Sporting Lisbon. Let me tell you. We took Ronaldo from them. We took Nani from them. We took Bruno Fernandes from them. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I just feel like I feel sorry for them because as soon as they get somewhere, Sporting Lisbon start to get somewhere, their players leave, you know. And we know how it feels slightly when we lost Ronaldo the first time. When we lost Ronaldo the first time, it was awful, wasn't it? Because he's such a great player. He's such a world-class player. And it was disappointing that we lost him, you know, but he was always destined to play for Real Madrid. But you know what? Imagine being a Sporting fan, that you lose your manager, you lose your players. You're destined to lose Gutierrez as well. Rumour is Arsenal are after Gutierrez as well, but Gutierrez prefers a move to Manchester United. We have to move quickly and swiftly in regards to this deal. If we're going to get Gutierrez, we're going to have to act very quickly because Arsenal are sniffing around, of course. You know what Arsenal are like. So unoriginal. They're doing this with their celebration. They're so unoriginal, Arsenal. I don't know why. Look, they go, look at Gabriel. Look, it's meant to be like that, right? It's meant to be like that. That's the Gutierrez celebration, right? And then Gabriel's doing this. You got no originality, Arsenal. I mean, first of all, you copy Alex Ferguson's style of play and then act like it's your own. And then you're doing celebrations about copying other players and stuff like that. It makes you laugh, doesn't it, at the end of the day? It makes you laugh. Big up Kazi and Paul. Big up everyone. City are the best. Brian, come on, bro. What's that about? Absolutely. City are the best. At cheating. There you go. At cheating, I got you now, mate. Absolutely, I got you now. Casimir, yeah, absolutely. Got me there. Sal, Pep getting peppered. I think it's all the pepperoni. Big up, Mick, man. Big up, Mick. I think it's about time to show you this, guys. I think it is about time to show you this image, guys. Absolutely. I want to show you this. What's going on, Pep? Someone called Pep a doctor. Can someone call Pep Guardiola the doctor? Because I want to know what's going on with Pep's face here. Not only he's dribbling all over the place, he's got scratches on his head. For goodness me, he looks like someone out of The Nightmare on Elm Street at the moment. What's going on there? Do you know what I mean? Actually, that'd be a good cast. Actually, Pep Guardiola as Freddy Krueger. That'd be absolutely incredible, wouldn't it? That is Pep Guardiola right now. What's going on with his face, guys? What's going on with his face? You know what I mean? He's actually looking really, really mental institution-ish, if you know what I mean. Very mental institution-ish. Section 5 and all that, Section 8 and all that. Do you know what I mean? This guy, I don't know what's wrong with him. I mean, a little bit of adversity, a little bit of difficulties, and one injury, and then everything falls apart. Everything falls flat on its face. It makes you laugh, doesn't it, when you think about it? It's madness when you think about Pep Guardiola. You know what I mean? I mean, what we suffered last season, what Ten Hag suffered last season, compared to what Pep Guardiola suffering with, it makes you laugh, doesn't it, at the end of the day? But that picture is iconic. I will forever remember this picture. I'm going to make memes at this picture. I'm going to keep this picture. I might even hang this picture up on my wall. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, not only is his forehead is getting bigger, he's getting scratches over his forehead. I don't know what he's done. You know what? He's definitely had a scrap, isn't he? He's definitely had a fight in the dressing room, hasn't he? He's definitely had a scrap. He's just using it as an excuse. He's using it as an excuse that I scratched myself. Yeah, right, you scratched yourself. He's had a fight. He's had a fight in the dressing room. They lost a 3-goal lead. Why don't you just own it? Why don't you just own it? Why didn't you say I had to scrap my players? I'm not happy with the way we played. I'm not happy that the fact we lost points. I'm not happy that we were 3-0 up and we lost points. Why didn't you just own it? Own it, bruv. You know what I mean? Own it. That's what you should do. Don't worry about what people think. Tell the truth that you're disappointed that you lost the lead. And that's all you have to do at the end of the day. You don't have to cry and lie about it and say I scratched myself. That's a pretty deep cut there. Goodness, what are you doing? Scratching your head as well. For goodness sake, you haven't got hair. You haven't got nits. So I don't know what you're talking about. You haven't got lice in your head. You ain't got no hair, bruv, at the end of the day. So what are you talking about, bruv? What's going on? Why you got scratches on your head and all that? My goodness me. I don't know who's in the bloody dressing room. Is it Wolverine is in the dressing room or something like that? What's going on? Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I just have to get my Edward Scissorhands on and start scratching myself. Madness, isn't it? It's madness at the end of the day. Goodness me. Big up, everyone. Absolutely. Big up, bro. Big up. No originality. Absolutely no originality. They are copycats. Arsenal have always been like that. Arsenal have always been the king of copying other people. That's what they do. They've always been the king of acting like it's theirs, you know, when it's someone else's. I remember when Arsene Wenger was a manager of Arsenal, and they used to play this attacking style of football. And people used to say, he's revolutionized football, the diet, the this, the that. You know, when Alex Ferguson was doing it way before. That's why we were so successful. Because he was doing it way before. You know, they're just you know, unoriginal, you know, catfish kind of people, of course. Ciao. It's proven again, Pep can only win trophies with quality players. It's proven. I would like to see Pep Guardiola with that team last season with what Ten Hag had. I like to see him win an FA Cup with a team Ten Hag had. We didn't even have a bloody left back all season. You know, we didn't have no centre backs at some point. At one point, we had Casemiro in our defence. Of course, guys, let's not forget that. You know, so at the end of the day, you know, he's got no excuses. He's had all the money in the world. But I just personally think, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I personally think that he's losing his spark. There's a spark that he used to have, a bit like Jose Mourinho used to have it. It's like a certain spark, and that spark is starting to die down and go out. I really do think that. I mean, it comes of age, you know, your charisma and stuff like that start to disappear, etc. You know, and he's losing it. He's losing it a lot. And you know what? I'm a little bit worried about the lads. I'm a little bit worried about him. I think he's got a little bit of a going on up there. And you know what? Don't be surprised. You know what? I'm not going to say anything too sinister, guys, but you know what I mean? I don't want to say it, but best of luck to him. Best of luck. I hope he gets better. I hope he gets better, because at the end of the day, you know what? We all wish him the best, don't we? Really? Do we? Of course, guys. Big up, everyone. Perhaps we forgot cutting his nails. Perhaps he's cut. He's not got no nails. For goodness, perhaps he's been. I mean, yeah, he didn't cut his nails yesterday, so his nails have been growing relentlessly. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. My goodness me. I mean, that he has something that's gone on in the dressing room. Something that's gone on in the dressing room, and he's just not admitting it. If it was me, I'll tell you what. If it was me, I'll say, look, listen, yeah, we lost a 3-goal lead, right? What happened in the dressing room is what happened in the dressing room. But I'm not saying anything, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? This means a lot to us. You know what I mean? We needed to keep that 3-goal lead at 75 minutes against Feyenoord. You know what I mean? And we lost a 3-goal lead against Feyenoord. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it in the dressing room. Why make up a story that I'm harming myself? I think I'm harming myself. Oh my goodness, I can't do this. Look, at the end of the day, look, I've seen it, guys. I've seen it. I worked in a hospital 5 years, and you know what? He has got very worrying symptoms right there. I've very, very worrying symptoms. And you know what? I just feel like, you know what? I wish him the best of luck, and he should seek help. If he's harming himself like that, he should seek help. Absolutely. Tears of a clown. You got that song in my head now. Absolutely. Big up. Absolutely. Losing his mojo. Absolutely. He's losing the plot, mate. He's losing the plot. He's a narcissist. The thing with narcissists, right, is that, you know, when you're wrong, when you got this ego, right, as well, you got an egotistical personality, you're a narcissist, etc. And then you're getting smacked up every single week. Smack up our Man City every single week. smack up Man City every single week. You know what? Everywhere they go, they get smacked up. Everywhere they go. Yeah. You know, when you're a narcissist and you're a little bit arrogant, it really harms your mental health, of course, guys. Do you know what I mean? It harms you and stuff like that. And I think that's what's happening with Pep Guardiola at the moment. Humble, eh? Stay humble, eh? Stay humble. Otherwise, you won't have scratches on your face if you stay humble. For goodness me, stay humble, eh? Goodness me. What's happened to Alfina Haaland since he stayed humble, eh? So what happened since that? What happened? What's going on? Well, goodness me. A little bit of a well, hey Sal, you make me laugh a little bit. Yeah, he's gone a little bit cuckoo, man. He's gone a little bit absolutely cuckoo clock. Absolutely, definitely gone. He's gone off the rails, man. He's gone absolutely Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Bird's Nest, wasn't it? One Flew Over the Bird's Nest. If you've seen that film, if you know, you know. He's gone absolutely Jack Nicholson in that film, absolutely. And I do believe that he's, you know, sooner there'd be a stray jacket on the touchline. He'd be having a stray jacket like this to not scratch himself. You know, stop harming yourself, Pep. Stop harming yourself. You know what I mean? Goodness me. Sal, you look older now that you did last week. Shut up, Brian. You get out of here, bruv. I've got more hair than I did last week. No hair transplant either. Absolutely not. Absolutely. He had a bit of fight with Grealish. Absolutely. Him and Grealish. Him and Grealish had a fight. Him and Bernardo Silva. Oh, don't you dare. A scratch. I can't grab the hair. They tried to grab the hair, but he was grabbing Grealish's hair, right? This is exclusive, guys. He was grabbing Grealish's hair, but, you know, Guardiola can't grab, Grealish can't grab Guardiola's hair because he's got none. He's got a greasy bald head. So at the end of the day, they're trying to grab it and, you know, ended up with having scratches. That's an exclusive. That's an exclusive, of course, from the dressing room. Big up, Mick. Big up. Stay humble, stay humble. Big up, Chow. Big up. Stay humble. Absolutely. Liverpool will destroy Little City on Sunday. It's going to be a myth for them. You know what I mean? It's going to be a myth for them. It's going to be, you know, Liverpool. I mean, they're on fire at the moment, isn't it? They're on fire, Liverpool. I hate to say that, for goodness sake. I hate to say that. That's enough to make me scratch my nose. You know what I mean? Liverpool are on fire. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, not happy about what's going on in the Premier League this season. Absolutely annoyed about what's going on in the Premier League season because I don't want us to be in this position. Man United should be challenging for titles. You know, I mean, it's not going to happen this year. I mean, we can't even beat Ipswich Town for crying out loud. But you know what? We have got another game on against Bodo Glimt. Easy for you to say. We're going to get a glimpse of the future, of course, guys, in regards to Bodo Glimt with Man United and Ruben Amorim, of course. You know what? I think Man United win that game. Don't forget the press conferences later on today and stuff. You know, it'd be interesting to see what Ruben Amorim says in his press conference, of course, guys. And looking forward to the team selection tomorrow night, of course. Friday morning for me is the team selection for me, Friday morning. So midnight on Friday morning is the team selection. Cat fight, absolutely, Cards. That's what it was. Stop it. You're on fire. Big up, MMUC. Thank you, mate. Thank you. You know what? You got to laugh, haven't you? You got to laugh at Man City. When there's an opportunity to laugh at Man City, you laugh at Man City. You've got to laugh at Man City because at the end of the day, you know what? For months and weeks, I've had tweets at me, all these City fans hitting me on my tweets, hitting me up on my tweets and saying nasty things about our football club, of course, and trying to banter us. But you know what? The breakdown of Pep Guardiola is peak. You're talking about Ian Mitchell peak. I got nothing left. You're talking about Phil Mitchell is about to walk in the bloody house. Who's Phil Mitchell of Manchester City? Who's the Phil Mitchell of Manchester City? Who is it? You know what I mean? Who is it? Grealish? Is it Bernardo Silva? I got nothing left. He's got nothing left. Pep Guardiola. Big up Sanjay, of course. Big up everyone. I had a dream that City signed Ten Hag. He won't go to there. He's too good for Man City. He won't go there. I think Man City, they really, really wanted Ruben Amorim. And the reason they wanted Ruben Amorim, the reason I say that is because as soon as Ruben Amorim signed his contract at Manchester United, Pep Guardiola signed another contract. Basically, what it's telling you is that, you know what, we were ready to replace Pep Guardiola, but you know what, Ruben Amorim signed for Man United and they got Pep Guardiola. the different Pep Guardiola, the absolutely Poundland, Lidl, wish Pep Guardiola at the moment, because at the moment, look, he's looking a terrible mess. Either he's got 20,000 cats in his house, or I don't know what he's doing. He's having a fight in the dressing room, because that guy is, goodness me, absolutely. Big up, Kazi. Thank you very much, you legend. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hope you're doing well, legend. Of course, my brother. All I want is Amarim to be humble and talk to Ruvan Nistelrooy and get some advice on the players. It's not that difficult. All I want is Amarim to be humble and talk to Amarim. Now, Amarim's one game, Darko, brother. One game, Darko. It's one game. You know what? You have to give it time. He's a great manager. He doesn't need Ruvan Nistelrooy's help. He doesn't need that. The only thing, he's got his eyes. He's an intelligent fella. He would know when those players are down tooling. If he starts playing, if it gets to 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and he starts playing, carries on playing, Rashford's and those sort of players, then we can question him. But at the moment, Darko, with all due respect, we shouldn't question him right now. We should wait a little while, wait till he plays a few games first, and then obviously we can start questioning, his authority, his skill as a Manchester United manager, of course. Big up. I want City to beat the Scousers. Yeah, so do I. We can't let Liverpool beat our record of 20 titles. We can't let it happen. A draw would be nice, because obviously they can drop points. We can't let Liverpool equal 20 times, can we? We can't let them do that. You know what? At the moment, we can throw that at Liverpool's face. We can say, Liverpool, we won it 20 times. That's what we can throw in their face at the moment. You know what I mean? But I can't see. I don't want them to. Oh, my goodness me. Can you imagine they equal our tally of 20 titles? Can you imagine it happens? I couldn't take it, guys. I really couldn't take it. It'd be horrible. You know what I mean? Big up everyone. Big up Darko. Big up Mick. Big up, absolutely. Big up everyone. Sal, join me for the live press at 3 p.m. I'll be there, or be square. I will be there. MEC Realist, don't worry. I'll be there. Send me the link. I'll be there, brother. I'll be there. 3 p.m. UK, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Is that UK, 7 o'clock? I'll try and make it. It's going to be difficult, but send me the link anyway. Send me the link. Send me the link, guys. Sal, have you seen Roy Keane's bashing Garnacho for not celebrating? Yeah, I saw that last week. And he also called the guy who did that, who made him not celebrate, a mug and all that. You know what? That guy who said those things to Garnacho, right? He should hide his head in shame, because he's just been slaughtered by Gary Neville, slaughtered by Roy Keane, slaughtered by Ian Wright. You know what I mean? 3 legends there he's been absolutely schooled by. You know what I mean? He's been called a mug. You know what I mean? He's been called all sorts of names by those. And you know what? I absolutely agree with them. Absolutely. It's going to be a tough game against Thursday, against Norwegian League champions. It will be. They'll be in high spirits, confident. It is one of their biggest games in their history. So we have to show them a lot of respect. They do play a very attacking style of football. So you know what I mean? We have to be vigilant. And you know what? Don't underestimate Bodo Glimt. They are ahead of us in the Europa League group. Let's not forget that. They're ahead of us in that. So at the end of the day, you know what? We have to remember that, this is the Europa League and everyone wants to win the game. And every team that goes to Old Trafford wants to win. It's always their biggest game. I don't know, right? Is it just me, or every single team that comes to Old Trafford, it's their biggest game in their history? Is it just me? Do you know what I mean? It just feels that way, doesn't it? We have to treat that game very, very seriously. It's Grant Mitchell. Absolutely. Phil Mitchell. I've got nothing left. It's Phil Mitchell. I've got nothing left. He wanted, how much you want? 15 grand. How much you want? But I want Real Madrid to win against Liverpool so Salah never gets his revenge. Salah, you know what? Liverpool talk a lot about how we get schooled by this team, schooled by that team, but they've been schooled by Real Madrid over the last few years, haven't they? You know what? They owe Real Madrid one. Don't they? You know what I mean? Because they've been beaten twice in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. We got our own back against Barcelona. You remember? 2 years ago. We got our own back. They haven't got their own back, have they? Yeah. Have they? But I want Liverpool to win against City. I don't want any of them to win. Want is a big word, Sniper Man. Want is a big word. Want. Liverpool would know for you know what, that would never come out my mouth intentionally. That would never come out my mouth, in regards to Liverpool wanting and Liverpool, and that would never come out of my mouth, regardless who it is. Want is a very, very strong word when it comes to Man United and Liverpool. Want. Nah. Sniper man, history, lesson, history, school, lesson, book, internet. Look at it, my friend. Never say want Liverpool. Absolutely not. It's been spotted for 2-2-2-2 in training. 2-2-2-2, absolutely. Yeah, can't wait for the formation. Can't wait for it. But what's this doing? You know, these leaks that are coming out, it's not helping Manchester United, is it? You know, the Telegraph leaked that 4-2-2-2 trade thing. They leaked it in the news yesterday about the formation, etc. You know what? Those journalists are out to sabotage Manchester United. I'm telling you, they're out to sabotage Man United. What are they doing? What are they gaining by leaking information about the training to our opponents? It's just stupid, isn't it? You know, and they just want Man United to do badly, of course. You will be square, absolutely. You will be square, absolutely. Let us pray that Arsenal continue winning and the Premier League while losing the open 2 games against us. Absolutely, absolutely. 4, 5, 6. It's 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. CET presser. I think it's my time, 6 p.m. I'll be doing it live on Chatterbox. I'll be doing it live, guys, because I think it's at 6 p.m. my time. 5 p.m. my time. It's 5 p.m. It says online that it's 5 p.m. my time. 5 p.m. my time, I think. It says on MUTV. Also, sir, I am the only one who saw Lineker on the final word and in before it was a month. Also, am I the only one who saw Lineker in the final word and before Ipswich and month? I didn't see it, mate. I didn't see it. Absolutely not. I didn't see it. But I big up Gary Lineker for sticking by his beliefs. Big up Gary Lineker. You know what? I had a lot of criticism in regards to Gary Lineker during the World Cup in Qatar in 2022, of course. I had a lot of criticism in what he had to say. I mean, now it's clear to me that he was forced to say certain things. He was pressured into saying certain things. And I really, really appreciate and respect Gary Lineker for sticking by his guns and doing what he done, leaving match of the day. Of course, for that reason, of course. Snapper, about when was Barcelona were shambles? But that was when Barcelona was shambles. Barcelona never a shambles, mate. Absolutely not. Barcelona the same now. Big up. I'm still Ineos watch, and yeah, me too, mate. Him, whatever he wants, get rid of the deadwood. Otherwise, absolutely. You know what? You know what? We are on watch, Chow. And one thing I would say is that if Rashford and these players carry on at Man United, then we're going to have to start worrying, especially if it gets to the end of the season and Rashford still wasn't performing, Bruno still wasn't performing, Luke Shaw still gets injured, you know, etc., etc., etc. And those players don't leave the club. You know, it will fill you a little bit of worry, won't it? You know, because at the end of the day, you know what, we want ruthless decisions. And, you know, we're not going to move forward until certain players within that squad are out of the squad. Certain players are gone. We're not going to move forward. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I would say in regards to that. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. To the summer, guys. To the summer, of course. But Amarim play free at the back. Yes, he does play free at the back. He does play free at the back. I don't think he's going to play 4 at the back. I think he's going to stick with his philosophy of 3 at the back. It's 3-4-2-1. It was James Ducker that leaked out the information in training. Yeah, the one thing I would say about training is that you know what, don't take it for gospel, because he's going to play 3 at the back. He's not going to play 4 at the back. He's going to play 3 at the back. He's just using different formations, rotating and stuff like that. Using, you know, in case you had to change your formation. That happens in training, but it is a very complicated thing. But one thing is that, you know, Man United spread news, doesn't it? And whatever they can get off Man United, you know what, they do it. You know, and that's the problem with these UK journalists, of course. Absolutely. Sal, has Amarim come on board for the reason he will get his own players or improve the same players? I think that a number of those players won't be at this club next season. I'm going to be honest with you, Darkro. A number of those players won't be there next season. I mean, I'm talking about the players that have been there for many, many years. You can't change the spots on the leopard, as they say. You know, a lot of those players will be gone. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for those players leaving. I'm happy that those players are going to leave, because at the end of the day, you know, they've had their chances. Some of them have had a decade of chances. I mean, you look at Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford. They've been there since Louis van Gaal days, guys. Louis van Gaal days, for goodness sake. You're talking about a decade, guys, of underwhelming, underachieving, lack of challenging for the league, the Champions League, over and over again, of course. City fragile. I can't click the link. I can't click the link because on here you can't click links, unfortunately. Also, Sal, do you know Joe? Joe who? Joe who? Joe Morgan? Joe Rogan? Who do you mean? Joe Blogs? Who is it? Who is it, Sniper Man? Who's the one? Which one is Joe? Joe Cole? Which one do you want, Sniper Man? Who is the Joe that you're talking about? Average Joe? Who is it, Sniper Man? Tell me which Joe is it? Joe Calzaghe? I know Joe Calzaghe. I know him. I do know Joe Calzaghe, by the way. Opta Joe. I don't know Opta Joe. No, I don't know Opta Joe, mate. I don't know him personally. No, I don't know him personally. Fraser, Joe Fraser. Is it Joe Fraser? Absolutely. I mean, we got all the Joes in the bottom. You know, who is it? You know, do you know Joe? It's like, do you know Dave? It's like, you know what? I tell you a little funny story, right? I made a bet with my friend, right? I said, you know what? The next person I come across, right? I'm going to say, you're right, Dave. Right? I said, you're right, Dave. Right? And as I was walking, right, I said, the next man who comes to me, I'm going to say, it comes past me, I'm going to say, you're right, Dave. Right? I was working in a college at the time. And this guy I didn't know walked past me. I said, you're right, Dave. He goes, you're right, mate. Oh, my goodness me. What are the odds? What are the odds? That's what basically, do you know Joe is about? Do you know what I mean? Do you know Dave? Dave, you know Dave? You know Dave? You know Dave? You know Dave? Yeah, you know, got to know Dave. Absolutely. Did Goldbridge currently move to Manchester? I can't expose personal details of Goldbridge, Chow. I can't say that. You know what I mean? He's a friend of mine. I can't expose where Mark Goldbridge lives, for crying out loud. You know, yeah, that's a lack of trust, isn't it? My name's Rodney. Rodney, big up Rodney Marsh. Rodney from Only Fools and Horses. Who is it, Rodney? Rodney Trot. Amarim tactic needs to lots of work wit, and the United player needs to be proactive and alert like Onana. Lots of ball movement and tactics clarified to be clearer. Lots of practice, lots of working hard, lots of training on the training field and not giving up. The good thing about Onana is that he's worked hard. You can tell he's been practicing, he's been learning, he's been on the training field, and he's just got better and better, of course, guys. That is what's great about Onana, and I respect Onana for that. Onana has just come on leaps and bounds, of course. Leaps and bounds with the mixing sound. Leaps and bounds with the mixing sound. Leaps and bounds. Guys, I want to show you this, guys. Manchester United, these are some of the strikers that Manchester United are after at the moment, guys. If I may show you this. Omar Mamouche, Randall Kolo Muani, Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen. Now, these are from Plettigol. Plettigol is a respected Sky Sports journalist in Germany. And he has said that these are the main striking targets for Manchester United going forward. What do you think about those strikers, guys? Would you add anyone? Would you subtract anyone? What would you do with that? Who would you want? Who is the main player you would want? If you could pick one player from that list, who would you want? Omar Mamouche, Kolo Muani, Victor Boniface, or Victor Osimhen? Which one would you want, guys? Which one? Very, very interesting. You know, very good players in their own right. I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one. It depends what type of player you want. It depends, isn't it? But it is definitely a tough one, of course. But let me know what more player you want. And you know what? I will get it for you. I promise I will get it for you. Absolutely. Whatever you want, whatever you need, whatever you like. You pay your money, you pay your choice, you get your choice. Absolutely. Big up, big up, big up. Rodney Trotter. That's the one. Rodney. Big up, Rodney. Dave, the construction site manager. Absolutely. Dave. You can't say Dave without an East London accent. You can't. Let me tell you something about East London accent, right? You can't say Dave without an East London accent. Say Dave. You can't say Dave in a posh accent, guys. Dave. you can't do it, can you? I can't say Dave in a posh accent. Dave. It just doesn't sound right. Dave. Just say it, Dave. Wait, Dave. Yeah. That works. I saw Kukuye's and Sporting Winger wing back press and move ball proactively. Absolutely, GK. You know what? It's going to take time, guys. We can't give up the process, of course, guys. We're going to have to give Ruben Amorim some time, of course. That's what we're going to have to do. Ruben Amorim some time. Chow. Nietzsche's becoming injury prone. It is very concerning. That is concerning, Chow. Very good point. You know what? We're going to have to look at Nietzsche's injury record here now because his injury record is getting a little bit concerning, as Charles says. Very, very true. That it is getting concerning because we cannot keep relying on these players now. You know, in regards to Licha Martinez, you know, I like the player. It's my favorite player in the last couple of years, if I'm being honest. But you know what, we cannot keep carrying these players. We cannot keep, you know, keeping these players in the team if they keep getting injured. And the more he gets injured, you know what, the less he has an effect on the game, because you know what, when you carry on getting injured and injury prone, it affects your ability as well. It affects your ability on the pitch, and that's a worrying thing going forward, of course, guys. It is a worrying thing going forward, if I'm being honest. I wish him the best, but you know, we're going to have to get a little bit concerned now, because we can't keep relying on these players. As I said during the summer, buying Jared Branthwaite was very important, and the reason why buying Jared Branthwaite was important because he's a left-sided centre-back. But the problem, obviously, was a fee for Jared Branthwaite was far too much. But he's a very, very good player, and he will be developed under Ruben Amorim, of course. Lenny Euro can play in that position, but he's more of a right-sided centre-back. You know, so it could be Luke Shaw will be drifting into that left-sided centre-back berth with Mazraoui playing on the left of that wing-back position. And obviously, it could be Ahmad. It could be Dalot playing on that right-back berth, of course, guys. When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. Now I'm a man, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of your... Absolutely. When I was a young and drunk, I would wish Merry Christmas and Happy New Year any time of the year to any white man I saw. White man? Darkrow, white man? Christmas is for everyone. Actually, I saw calling them Albert, Philbert, or Robert. Yeah, you know what? Big up, big up, big up. Albert, Philbert. No one's called Philbert. No one's called Albert. No one's called Robert these days. No one. Unless you're from, you know, somewhere else, they're not called Albert, Philbert, or Robert these days. They're called Dave, Steve, Dave, Mark. Oh my God, the Bluff Master. Yeah. I mean, he cost us, didn't he, GK, in the World Cup final? He cost us, didn't he? He cost us. He cost us like Costa. Absolutely. He cost us like Costa. You know what I mean? Speaking of Costa, 2 more stamps from Ipswich Town on Sunday, we would have got a free coffee. There you go. Absolutely. Laugh. Also, Sal, do you remember Rashford tweeting, please don't spread malicious rumours under speculation video of Rashford? Yes, and it wasn't malicious rumours at the end of the day. You know, he just crybaby. He just needs to get off internet. If you don't like it, you know what I mean? Just perform on the pitch and no one will criticise you. Perform on the pitch. That's what he should do. I go for mamouche, my friend. Mamouche absolutely sounds like a lovely yogurt dessert, but you know what? I will go for mamouche. If I go to a restaurant, it sounds like, can I have the mamouche, please? If I go to like, you know what I mean, Beirut restaurant, a mamouche. A mamouche? Yeah, a mamouche kebab, please. Mamouche kebab. I want a mamouche. Absolutely. Mamouche. I want Omar mamouche as well, my friend. Absolutely. But maybe mamouche or Osimhen, both of them would be nice. If we can get both of them, I would love that, of course. I would love that. Not Amin Harry. He always gets me with that. Not Amin Harry. Frank Bruno. Big up Frank. Good old Frank. Frank. You know, some people can't pronounce their W's. Do you know anyone who can't pronounce their W's? Fwank. To be fwank, you know what I mean? To be fwank. I'm not really. Sniper, I feel bad for Sporting that they lost to Arsenal. I felt bad for Arsenal because they're Arsenal. Shaw left centre back and Amas left wing back. I would love that, GK. I would love Amas to play in the left wing back position. Will he or will he not? That's another question, of course, going forward. I would love him to play in that position, of course. He needs a chance, guys. He needs a chance. Shaw has played centre back and left wing back before. Yes, he has, of course. Last season before. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, he's an older man though. He's like 50s. Chow. Like Reece James, his body is broken, only 24 years old. It's sad, isn't it, man? It's sad. You know what I mean? Some players are just not there at the moment, to be honest with you. So would you give Rashford to PSG in exchange for any random player for them? I will give Rashford to PSG for Quazon. Absolutely. I will give Rashford to PSG for Quazon and a pool chocolat. A pool chocolat. Easy for you to say. A pool chocolat. Have you ever been to a train station in the early hours of the morning in England? It's freezing cold. Your face is numb. Your hands are numb. And you walk into a bakery and you say, sorry, can I have a pain au chocolat? Try that. It's difficult. Pain au chocolat. In India, Harry Potter is called Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, they're Harry Potter. In India, you pronounce van, you pronounce your V's as W's and your W's as V's. So if it was a van, you know, the vehicle van, it would be a van. If it was water, it would be Vuta. Right? So, and if it was it'd be, a van is van, water is Vuta. Vota, van. The van over there. Wine. Yeah, that's how you say it. That's how it's on the morning. What you've been taking? I mean, I'm on it sometimes, guys. I don't know why I'm on it. At the end of the day, maybe it's the water in Mallorca. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but you know, I have that buzzing. I wish I had this feeling every single morning because I'm buzzing. I don't take any substances, guys. By the way, they're no good for you. They're no good for you. You know what? It's no good for you. You know, I wake up in the morning, break of dawning, and then I have my coffee. That's about it. I don't eat until 12 as well, so not that I eat cigarettes. Neymar is broken by injuries. Yeah, he got broken by injuries. I mean, Neymar, a young Neymar was incredible, but obviously, you know, another one. Sal's been sniffing something, absolutely. The only thing I've been sniffing today is the air of victory for Manchester United tomorrow. That's the only thing I've been sniffing to this morning, Brian. Brian is another name, Brian Clough. Brian, what are the Brians in there? Brian Lara, of course. Brian, famous Brians. Come on, guys, give me some famous Brians, guys. Give me some famous Brians. We're gonna give some famous Brians in the house. Famous Brians, guys. Tell me, because now Brian's a smarty pants. I'm gonna make fun of Brian now. Brian Cox, Brian De Palma, Brian Dahooney, Brian Wilson, Brian Lara, Brian T, Brian Addis, Brian McKnight. There's not many talented people called Brian. Big up, of course. Sal, people are laughing at us after Amram played Amram as a left back because they don't know ball. They don't know ball. They really don't know ball. Alex Ferguson turned Antonio Valencia into a right wing back. Antonio Valencia was a winger. Alex Ferguson turned him into the best right wing back in Europe, one of the best right wing backs in Europe for a period of time. He turned Valencia into a right wing back. Arsene Wenger turned Henry from a winger to a striker and becoming one of the greatest strikers of all time. Of course, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Don't you tell me what to do. You do not tell me. You're not going to say the B word. The Sniperman and GQ will fight until the end of Samba. Absolutely. Brian Griffin, Brian Robson. Oh, no, he's got another one. Brian shut me down. Brian shot me down, guys. Brian shot me down. He said McLaren Robson. I'll rest my case. He's right. Brian is shut me down. You can't mess about with Sal, though. You can't mess about with Sal at the end of the day. Absolutely not. Sal can mean anything. Big up McClare. Big up Brian McClare. Substitute for Man United, of course. Good morning, Sal. I think about Eric Ten Hag system and Amram system. And I come to the realization that Eric Ten Hag system was meant to give compactness and freedom and was simpler. I think Amram is harder. Yep, it's hard. But at the end of the day, success doesn't come in compromise. Success doesn't come in compromise, guys. You cannot compromise in success. If something is working for you, don't compromise it. If those players cannot play that system, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Rash, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Rash, and don't you come back no more. Absolutely, that's what it is. Brian Connolly, Brian O'Connor. But Connor, you can't say Connor without an Irish accent. Big up, O'Connor. Big up, Kazi. Conor McGregor. Oh no, God, that's embarrassing. Conor McGregor, that's embarrassing. He's in the spot of bother at the moment, isn't he? He's been in the papers and the social media recently, hasn't he? Look, at the end of the day, you know, I'm buzzing. Man City got thumped yesterday, in metaphorically speaking. Well, Pep Guardiola thumped himself for some reason, but you know what, Man City has something happened to them very sinister. I don't know what Pep Guardiola was doing behind the scenes. I don't know if it was like eyes wide shut or whatever he's doing with his cloak and his armor and stuff like that. I don't know what he's doing in there. I challenge you to a duel. I don't know what he's been doing, to be honest with you. Metaphorically speaking, thumped. Sales energy gone up after 35th birthday. Thank you so much, Darko. Thank you for the compliment, my friend. Thank you very much. You see that when you get compliments, you know what I mean? It means a lot. You know what? It goes a long way with me. It goes a long way with me with the compliments. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Big up. I am 35. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, so you know what? Look, I don't want to count my chickens before they've hatched. You know what I mean? And I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I don't know any more egg metaphors, but we've got Bodo Glimt tomorrow, and we have to win that game. Otherwise, people will be laughing at us. Bodo Glimt is a must-win. We have to move up that league table, the Europa League table. You know what? Because we're too low in the table at the moment. We have to move up and get into the qualifying positions. There are 32 teams in that league. We're 14th at the moment. We still qualify. We're going to a playoff, but we have to get in the top 8 to get into the next round straight away. If we get into the playoff, come in the bottom 16, basically from 8 to 16, we will go into an extra game in the spring, I believe, something like that. We will go into an extra game in the spring. So it's very important that Manchester United qualify automatically. Now, it depends how you look at it. You could look at it and say, well, if Man United come top 16 and Man United have to go into a playoff next year, maybe that's good for Ruben Amorim. Maybe it's more games. He can work with these players and stuff like that. But I just feel like these players ain't up for it. These players need as much rest as possible, because I don't think these players will be happy until they're sitting there on their sofa with a cup of cocoa, watching EastEnders. I mean, Coronation Street, whatever you like, of course, guys, Brookside, whatever. You know what I mean? So unless they're doing that, you know what I mean? I just think they just want to rest. I just think they just want to rest. They want to go out. They want to party. They want to look like bloody, what was Marcus Rashford wearing at that basketball game, guys? That white jacket. Did you see it? Did you see it? For goodness sake, my goodness me. That is like, my goodness me. I don't know whether to pull it in the oven or, or wear it. I don't know what to do because it looked like a lamb, on him. It was a very furry jacket, of course, guys. And that's just going to create attention on you, isn't it? It's going to take attention on you, for goodness sake. He looked like Mark Morrison in Return of the Mac. Oh, my God, Return of the Mac. He looked like that, but a white jacket, not a brown one. Yeah, so, yeah. I'm crying out loud. Add another level 25, Darko, Brian, you hater. Brian's a hater in the chat. Hater in the chat. Absolutely. If you're like me at my age, do you know what I mean? You'll be lucky, my sod. Absolutely. Van Nistelrooy is faith for Leicester. Big up Van Nistelrooy. I would love him to take the Leicester City job. That would be a good job for him to build and his way up. And don't be surprised if he becomes a major success at Man United. Don't be surprised if he's successful. Don't be surprised, of course. 60. You're cruel, you guys. Are absolutely not. Black hair. Look at that at my age. Look at that. Black hair. Skin fade. I've only got a couple of white hairs in my beard here, but that is a blessing, of course. Brother Sal. I've got a couple of white hairs, but you know what? Can't beat this, guys, at my age. Absolutely, guys. Jog. You can't beat. I run 3 miles a day in 50-degree heat, guys. 5 days a week at my age. And then those players over there, those footballers at Man United, you know what I mean, are crying about, oh, we have to run too much. You have to run too much. Oh, you have to run too much. Try it in a 50-degree heat, mate. Try it. You know what I mean? When you're burning hot and your lips are all dry, you know what I mean? And, you're running and you're like, oh, my goodness, so hot. And you're dripping with sweat. Try it. It's good for you. Sal, have you seen Ronaldo's bracing AFC? Absolutely. People call it. He's the GOAT, mate. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, mate. Ronaldo is by far the GOAT. Anyone who says it's Messi don't know ball. It's GOAT. I mean, Messi is the PR guy. Messi's the PR guy, when in reality, he only smashed it at Barcelona. And that's because of Busquets, Iniesta, and Xavi. Yeah. How do you know I've got 5 bank accounts, Darko? Fans should not get giddy with the City lump because they always come a strong January and go on an undefeated run, even if they don't win. I just feel like they suffered in regards to the Rodri injury. One injury and they suffer, for goodness sake, adversity to the mud. Usually adversity to the stars, but it's adversity to the mud with them, of course. Sal uses only 2 hours to set his hair. Not me, 3 hours, Darkro. 3 hours. Get it right. Sal, how old are you? 35 and getting white hair, and Ronaldo 39 and not a single white hair. It's called diet, Sniper Man. It's called diet. Absolutely. I'm not 35, Sniper Man. I'm a lot older than Ronaldo. I'm older than Ronaldo. I know I don't look it. 915 goals for CR7. Thank you very much, guys. Big up, Kazi. Absolutely. I've got no white hair here. That's just shiny. The shine looks like white, but it's no white hair. So Sal, can Ronaldo play till 45? Absolutely he can. Yeah, I think he will be the first 50-year-old player. He might even become, he's going to score 1,000 goals and probably retire, I think. I think he's after the 1,000 goals. He's the GOAT, mate. He's the GOAT, absolutely the GOAT. He's the GOAT. And big up Ronaldo. I mean, I'm lucky to see him in the flesh. I'm lucky to see him live when he first signed for Man United. I saw him as a kid. I saw him when he became the best player in the world in 2008 at Man United. I've seen him live, you know, and you know, he was an absolute animal. You know what I mean? An absolute ammo. I remember seeing him against Roma in the Champions League when we won 7-1. And I remember, like, oh, my goodness me. I remember the Roma players were, like, on their knees. Their hands were on their knees. And they were like, oh, we can't do this. We can't do this. You know, it's too much. It's too much, of course. I want to see Ronaldo and his son play together before 1,000 goals. I mean, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be a fairy tale, Sniper Man? Wouldn't that be a fairy tale? Absolutely a fairy tale. So, were you hurt when he left for Madrid? Yes, but I expected it. I wasn't hurt. I was disappointed. Football don't hurt me. It used to hurt me. It don't hurt me now. The only thing that hurt is if Liverpool win the league. That will hurt. You know, but I was disappointed when he left for Madrid. But you know what? I expected it. I kind of got upset with Ronaldo in a way. He said he was being kept hostage at Man United. He was being held against his will and stuff like that because Alex Ferguson made Ronaldo who he is. He basically gave him the foundations to become the greatest player of all time. It was Alex Ferguson, and Ronaldo would tell you that as well. You know, and I was disappointed when he left. The way he left, I was disappointed. I still think we could have got more for him as well. I still think we could have got more money for him as well, you know. But you know what? He was a great servant for Man United. Premier League great, most talented player I've ever seen live. I've seen everyone live, guys. You name it. I mean, since 1989, I've seen every single great player live. You name it, R9, Maldini, Roberto Carlos, Morientes, Raul. You know, I've seen Rivaldo. I've seen them all live, and he's the best I've seen. You know what I mean? He's the best I've seen since I've become a fan of Manchester United. All those many years ago, before a lot of you were born, of course. Of course, Brian was only 42 when I started supporting Man United all those years ago. Yeah, absolutely. So you know, it was a long time ago. Sal, why did Pep cut his nose, and is he having a mental break? I think he is having I think he has a lot of cats, Sniper Man. I heard he has a lot of cats in the dressing room. He keeps cats in the dressing room for good luck. So he has a lot of cats in the dressing room. So that's why he's got a lot of scratches. Either that or he's fighting with Grealish. As I said, stay away, scratchy. Absolutely. Big up. Have you seen Roberto Carlos live? Yes, I've seen Roberto Carlos 3 times live, my friend. 3 times live. I saw him for Man United against Real Madrid. I saw him for Brazil against England. I've seen him for Man United against Real Madrid twice. I've seen him in the Bernabeu for Man United against Man United. I've seen him at Old Trafford when we lost 3-2, unfortunately, in the Champions League in year 2000. After, you know, that was a disappointing game. One of the most disappointing games I've ever attended, actually, because we went 3-0 down. We just didn't turn up in the game. It was one of those games. I mean, I remember it vividly. It was one of those games where I was very disappointed, you know, and Man United should have got through that game. Real Madrid had a fantastic team. Obviously, they had McManaman playing for them as well. I remember Redondo was playing for them. Morientes, Raul, you know, Herrero, Casillas, Roberto Carlos. You know, they had a great team. They did really have a very, very Guti was playing for them, of course, as well. They did really have a good team, but Man United were better, and Man United should have went through that time, and I was very disappointed. One of the most disappointing games I've ever attended was 99-2000 against Real Madrid, 3-2. We lost. We almost came back. Nearly. Big up, Brian. Big up. I think Ronaldo will struggle when he retires because he doesn't seem like the type of guy who'd be humble and reinvent or accept something like else. Messi might try to some better stage. No, I don't think so. I think Ronaldo will jump straight into social media and he'll be fine. I think he'll jump straight into social. He's already doing it. He's already prepared for his future. You know what I mean? Messi will be in media. Messi will be on TV and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because that's what he is a puppet. So he will go on TV and stuff like that and do all that stuff and all that shenanigans with the BBC. Ronaldo said he will not look at managerial jobs. I mean, I'm disappointed because I think Ronaldo will be a fantastic manager. I think he'll be a very strict manager, if I'm being honest. I think he will be a fantastic manager. I think he will go. He might even go into management. But I personally think that Ronaldo will become a celebrity. He already is a celebrity, but I mean, in regards to outside of football, I think he'll become a celebrity, like a social media personality or something like that. I do believe that. I think he's already doing that at the moment. But you know what? Best of luck to him. Best of luck. He's deserved it at the end of the day. He works very hard. You know, he's a rich man. He can do what he likes, isn't it? You know what I mean? Absolutely. One transaction, Ronaldo. One transaction. That's all it takes. One super chat. That's all it takes, my friend. One super chat. Come on, Ronaldo. Give me a super chat. So, what's Southgate's plans now? Southgate's plans is to sit down and read a football book. Maybe my first football book. Football for Dummies, maybe. He needs to sit down and watch and read Footballs for Dummies. That's basically what Southgate needs to do right now. If I was to give Southgate some very, very strong advice, it would be read a football book. Read about football, and yeah, then maybe you might become a better manager. Absolutely. But players like Rashford were not like him. Absolutely. Yeah, players like Rashford can jump. I don't care about Rashford, to be honest with you. I am so disconnected from some of these players, guys. I tell you what, especially the new players, right? The old players. Sorry, the old players. The players have been there for 10 years, 10 years. I'm so disconnected, more disconnected than I've ever been with some of these players. I do not trust them. I do not trust them. For goodness sake, I trust Kamala Harris more than I trust some of those players. Do you know what I mean? I trust Joe Biden more than I trust those players. I trust Zelensky more than I trust those players. You know what I mean? Some of them, you know, at the end of the day, and that is no trust, basically. Absolutely. I trust my ex-girlfriend who got married behind my back more than I trust those players. Of course, the amount of protection and referees help him, and he is dirty player. Refs never call his fouls compared to the crap Ronaldo gets from the ref. And absolutely. Look, we all know what happened in the World Cup. We all know it was rigged. That was it, you know. And we saw what happened against Holland. We saw the handball. It should have been a red card. We saw all that business going on. Yeah, I mean, we know what happened in the World Cup. And even before the World Cup, Qatar was saying, we would love Messi to win the World Cup. We know what happened, didn't we? So, will you come up with your own biography one day? I can write a biography now, mate. I mean, what I've done in my career. Not just this, but obviously music. People I've met, people I've conversation with. I've sat down and had conversations with very, very big people, guys. You know what I mean? In my life, in the studio and stuff like that. Some of us not with us anymore. I trust Harry. Harry, you know what I mean, Harry? The only player I trust at United is Imagery and Delict. There's a few players, yeah. There's a few players, but not all of them. Not all of them, of course. Not all of them. I mean, trust. You have to earn trust, don't you? You have to earn trust, guys. Trust is very important, you know, in life in general. You know, you have to earn it. You know, for me, like people think they're automatically obliged to get trust. Lies around me, how you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. The amount of protection referee. Yeah, I think I read that one, but that is a very good point from Lies around me. Absolutely. Big up. Yeah, I mean, Masru and Delict are very, very trustworthy players. They come across it. But one thing I would say is that people have to earn our trust. I mean, and trust isn't automatic. You earn it. I trust Prince Harry more than Rashford. Oh my goodness me. Yeah. I mean, I don't trust any of them, man. I trust George Bush and Tony Blair more than I trust Marcus Rashford. Goodness me. Trust means consistency. That is trust. You earn the trust. I trust Paul Scholes. I trust David Beckham. I trust Eric Cantona. I trust, you know, those are the type of players I trust because I know they will go in their pitch and they'll give 100%. Even if they're injured, they will give 100%. You know what I mean? They'll stay on and they'll fight for the badge. I trust these players. You know, not these players, but those players. I trust those players more. I'm never, you know what? They've given me a lot of reason not to trust them. So, you know what? Sorry about trust. Excuse me for being so distrustful with some of these players, of course. Darko needs to earn my trust. Darko needs to earn your trust, or the players need to earn your trust, Brian. Absolutely. Brian Foggett. Which one is it? Tell me. Guys, it's been a brilliant show, hasn't it? It's flown by. Absolutely loved it. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. You absolute legends. I'll be back later on for Chatterbox. I might be doing the presser as well, so look out for that, guys. It's going to be great. I'll be showing you the presser live, guys. So don't forget, don't miss that, of course. Enjoy it. And you know what? I will be here live for all you guys later on, of course, guys. Keep your notifications on. Whenever I go live, you can just jump on the channel, etc. But thank you everyone for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to spread the word of Stretford Post. You know what? We're literally still about 80 away from 5,000 subscribers. Let's move it up, guys. This is what it's all about. It's this channel. It's this channel. You know what I mean? It's about proper real people, not people over there. You know what I mean? Sitting in a little room together, eating biryani. You know what I mean? It's about this one, guys. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself. And big up Darko. Big up. Cheers, Brian. Big up everyone. Sal, have you watched Messi original documentary saying made by me a fan? No, because it's made by the media, and he's a facilitator of bad things. Big up everyone. Big up everyone, of course. Take it easy, guys, and have a fantastic day. I'll see you later, right? I will see you later, guys. And remember, pray for Pep. Pray for Pep. Let's pray for Pep. Hashtag pray for Pep. Take it easy, guys. Peace.